Hi guys, JT here, and today I'm bringing you some information on the Humble Bundle Black Friday Score, The Walking Dead, and more from Skybound Bundle of November 2023. To help you answer the question, should you buy it? By using the link provided in the description below, not only will you gain access to this bundle, but you also have the opportunity to support this channel. Your support would mean the world to me, and I genuinely appreciate it. Anyway, let's get into this. At number 1 we have The Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners, Chapter 2, Retribution. This game takes you back to the walker-infested streets of New Orleans. Whether or not the journey is worth it depends on your preferences and expectations. The game seamlessly continues the story from its predecessor, allowing you to carry over your progress and access your collector weapons and crafting recipes. However, it can also be played as a standalone game, providing a decent starting point for newcomers. The new chapter follows a similar formula to the first game, with missions in small areas that advance an exciting story influenced by your actions. While the gameplay and familiar factions may feel repetitive to those who played the original, there are now 2 new areas to explore, and a few new weapons to discover. However, the second installment falls short of being a full-fledged sequel, lacking substantial content additions. In terms of technical aspects, there are some deficits that affect the overall enjoyment. Graphics can be underwhelming, with rough edges and washed-out textures. The darkness of the environment may also be excessive, requiring the use of a flashlight even during daylight scenes. On the positive side, the sound design and voice acting contribute to the immersive atmosphere. The game's controls are well thought out and intuitive, particularly for virtual reality platforms. The physical interaction with weapons and objects adds a realistic touch, but it may require practice to master. However, it is worth noting that the VR experience can be intense, with explicit violence and gore. In conclusion, if you enjoyed the first game, The Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners Chapter 2, Retribution offers a worthwhile continuation of the story with fresh elements. At number 2 we have The Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners. Hailed as one of the best zombie apocalypse games in recent years, even after 3 years since its launch, this VR survival game remains tense and entertaining. The melee combat system stands out with its realistic physics and satisfying hit-stabbing mechanics. Every action, whether it's thrusting a screwdriver or swinging a pistol, requires deliberate force and direction, resulting in impactful and winch-inducing encounters. The game's believability extends beyond combat. It features a complex system of loyalties and NPC reactions, making each level unpredictable. Caught between 2 vicious factions in zombie-infested New Orleans, the Tower and the Reclaimed, your choices affect relationships and gameplay outcomes. The level of control granted to players is rare, allowing for morally ambiguous decision-making and dynamic alliances. The game's world feels grounded and immersive, with opportunities to strategize and manipulate situations. From utilizing guards to take out pursuing walkers to infiltrating hostile camps and exploiting distractions, the game's level of control and tactile interaction distinguishes itself from other VR titles. Crafting is streamlined, offering a depth of RPG elements that adds to the overall experience. Despite some shortcomings such as inconsistent AI and a lack of character depth, The Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners excels with its expansive content and immersive gameplay. The recent free updates, Meat Grinder and Aftershocks have further enriched the game, providing wave-based survival modes, additional missions, and enhanced endgame content. With its industry-leading physics, player agency, and constant surprises, Saints and Sinners rises above the sea of mundane zombie games, offering a truly exceptional virtual apocalypse experience. At number 3 we have WrestleQuest, a captivating RPG that seamlessly blends the world of pro wrestling with traditional RPG elements. With a runtime of over 40 hours, this slow-burning adventure offers a satisfying culmination and engaging storyline. The game introduces 2 protagonists, Randy Santos and Brink Logan, each navigating the world of pro wrestling with distinct aspirations. The narrative seamlessly weaves between their perspectives, showcasing a rich array of characters and expanding the game's scope. WrestleQuest explores the highs and lows of the pro wrestling world, both inside and outside the ring, providing a compelling backdrop for the gameplay. Visually, WrestleQuest excels with vibrant 2D sprite graphics, reminiscent of a child's imaginative toy universe. The environments are vivid, and the character sprites smoothly animate, creating a visually appealing spectacle. The diverse locations, inspired by global wrestling cultures, contribute to the game's charm. The gameplay, inspired by 16-bit classics, offer a traditional turn-based RPG experience. The combat system incorporates time button presses, adding excitement and uniqueness to battles. WrestleQuest cleverly integrates pro wrestling elements, requiring players to focus on showmanship and selling the drama, much like professional wrestlers. While WrestleQuest lacks a few quality of life conveniences, such as a fast travel option and an auto dash feature, these minor drawbacks do not diminish the overall enjoyment of the game. WrestleQuest stands out as a passionate love letter to traditional RPGs, pro wrestling, and the imaginative worlds created by childhood play. It reimagines familiar concepts in a fresh and enticing way, making it one of the most imaginative RPGs in recent years. And number 4 we have Glitchbusters Stuck on You, a delightful third-person shooter experience where you step into the shoes of a glitchbuster, tasked with cleaning up Tube City from glitches and bugs. Tube City, a hub controlled by AI, faces a security threat due to rampant glitches, and your mission is to restore order. This title, while not offering an intense shooter experience, excels in providing casual yet captivating gameplay, especially when played with friends. The straightforward mechanics involve moving and shooting anomalies, with added puzzles at each level, to spice up the action. Coordinating with teammates becomes the real challenge, and even in solo play, you have 3 replica units at your disposal. The stacking mechanic, where characters with magnetized legs can stack up, adds an interesting dynamic for both solo and multiplayer gameplay. Using the stack for access to elevated surfaces, or strategizing against tougher enemies introduces a layer of excitement. Glitchbusters Stuck on You keeps things fresh, with various modes, weapon upgrades, and 16 unique weapons to choose from. The 3 modes, Story, Patrol, and Simulation, offer different challenges, and earning likes allows you to upgrade weapons and enhance your character stats. Visually, the game is a treat, with pleasing designs and an arcade-like color scheme. Glitchbusters Stuck on You is a well-developed title, catering to casual players, providing a charming co-op experience. With its basic gunplay and negligible recoil, it offers a relaxed gaming environment, making it an ideal choice for unwinding with friends after a long day. And number 5 we have Homestead Arcana, a game that presents a magical farming simulation where you, as a witch, must cultivate crops to ensure the survival of the remaining human population in the face of a looming environmental crisis caused by the miasma. You employ magical spells to grow and harvest crops, selling them to a local vendor. The gameplay involves exploring the world, gathering resources, and crafting. However, the vast, seemingly empty spaces and limited interactions with NPCs contribute to a somewhat lonely and unfinished feel. The cartoonish aesthetics of Homestead Arcana work to its advantage, providing a simple and visually pleasing experience. Despite occasional visual stutters, the overall graphical performance is smooth. The game's world, though expansive, may feel devoid of meaningful interactions. The farming and crafting mechanics, along with various crafting stations, offer a typical simulation experience. However, the limited space for farming and building raises questions about the game's overall depth and potential. While the concept and story are intriguing, the experience is marred by bugs, such as quest completion issues, leading to potential frustration for players. Homestead Arcana attempts to stand out with its unique approach, but the game feels incomplete. The story, although dark, maintains a hopeful undertone. The sound design, graphics, and performance are acceptable, but the abundance of empty spaces leaves much to be desired. Homestead Arcana falls into the category of aggressively okay. While it endeavors to offer a fresh and distinct experience, its shortcomings, including bugs and an underutilized game world, hinder its potential. The game's current state suggests that it may benefit from further development and polishing, and I hope that they do. And number 6 we have The Walking Dead, the final season. The final game and 4th installment in a narrative-heavy adventure game, marking the conclusion of Clementine's journey. And while it aims to evoke strong emotions, it falls short of delivering a satisfying farewell. The final season had its own set of challenges, notably the closure of Telltale games during its development, leading to a different team finishing the game. As a result, the final chapter of Clem's story feels curtailed and compromised. This season's narrative builds on Clementine's growth as she becomes the adult figure guiding the orphaned AJ, similar to the way Lee cared for her in Season 1. AJ, born into a world overrun by zombies, has a warped sense of morality, which adds complexity to their relationship. The game delves into thought-provoking moments as Clem grapples with her own behavior and choices and their impact on AJ. However, the game is not without its flaws. A disturbing cliffhanger at the end of episode 1 is a shocking twist that captures the essence of The Walking Dead, but may also leave players frustrated. Additionally, an 11th hour surprise feels like a cheat, undermining the credibility of the climax. The final season introduces a group of school-age survivors, allowing Clem to take on a leadership role that aligns better with her character's development. The story introduces a new threat, in the form of a group of survivors looking to forcibly recruit Clem's new friends. Players have the option to initiate a romance with Violet or Louise, providing moments of tenderness amidst the tension. While the final season still manages to provoke emotional responses, it raises questions about what might have been if Telltale Games had been able to conclude Clementine's story as originally intended. It's a missed opportunity to provide a more satisfying conclusion to an iconic character's journey. At number 7 we have The Walking Dead: New Frontier, a Telltale zombie-infested narrative adventure and the third installment in the series. This installment doesn't break new ground, but maintains the formula of choice-driven storytelling with a heavy emphasis on relationships and consequences. The game introduces Javier, a former baseball star, as the main protagonist. Alongside his family, he navigates a world overrun by the undead. The story revolves around family bonds and their struggle to survive in a post-apocalyptic world. While Telltale has excelled at creating meaningful player choices, some decisions in this game can lead to unexpected outcomes due to unclear dialogue options. The game presents a series of no-win scenarios, often forcing you to choose between two bad options, which may feel overly manipulative. The graphical presentation has improved, with smoother character models and enhanced lighting effects. Voice acting remains top-notch, and Melissa Hutchinson's portrayal of Clementine continues to shine. However, the background music is understated and sometimes negligible, only coming to the forefront during action sequences. The game offers replay value through different decision paths, though the length of the experience is relatively short. While the formula that made the series popular is maintained, the story may feel somewhat repetitive, and some characters may lack depth. A New Frontier is a decent addition to the Walking Dead franchise, offering solid production values, brutal choices, and a signature Telltale storytelling experience. It provides more of what fans expect, but doesn't bring substantial innovation to the series. At number 8 we have The Walking Dead: Michonne, a Telltale miniseries. This game brings the iconic character Michonne into the spotlight, exploring her narrative gap between comic issues 126 and 139. This 3-part series introduces players to Michonne's struggles as she battles walkers and confronts haunting memories of her past involving her daughters. As Michonne navigates a hallucinatory flashback sequence, the story unfolds with emotional and physical exhaustion setting in. The narrative cleverly explains Michonne's absence during specific comic issues, offering comic fans a unique insight. The first episode on a sailboat, however, faces control glitches, impacting the smoothness of interactions. The game introduces a dialogue issue, where responses immediately interrupt ongoing conversations, affecting the natural flow and potentially causing players to miss crucial details. Visually, The Walking Dead: Michonne maintains Telltale's classic cel-shaded art style, with cleaner, refined graphics. Combat sequences with Michonne are praised for their badassery, featuring a 3-button combo move. Voice acting, led by Samira Wiley as Michonne, captures the character's essence, despite lacking Danai Gurira's portrayal from the TV series. The sound effects and score receive acclaim, enhancing the overall experience. While the series starts strong, the short length of episodes and minimal narrative impact disappoint. The choice-driven gameplay, a hallmark of Telltale, feels superficial, with decisions lacking significant consequences. Despite an engaging story, the increasing focus on Michonne's PTSD flashbacks becomes overwhelming, detracting from the emotional depth. The Walking Dead: Michonne is a mixed experience. Technical issues persist in the first episode, and the series fails to deliver meaningful player choices. The game, initially promising, falls short of Telltale's usual standards, resembling a rushed DLC drop, rather than a fully realized, interactive narrative adventure. At number 9 we have The Walking Dead Season 2, the second game in Telltale's The Walking Dead narrative-driven game series. This game delivers a gripping narrative, centered around Clementine, transforming her from an innocent child to a hardened survivor. The game maintains its hallmark choose-your-own-adventure style, allowing you to shape Clementine's growth and interactions throughout the post-apocalyptic world. Pros include a compelling story of survival, the character development of Clementine, and callbacks to your choices in the previous season. However, the cons are awkward pacing in the last 2 episodes, the wearing thin of the illusion of choice, and an excessive number of quick-time events. The narrative unfolds seamlessly from the end of Season 1, presenting Clementine's challenges, choices, and encounters with a new group of survivors. The ability to import your save file from Season 1 enhances the experience, with characters referring to past choices, providing a sense of continuity. The impact of your choices on the overall narrative, though, is limited, offering an illusion of choice rather than substantial consequences. Season 2's strength lies in its character development, introducing a new cast with diverse personalities. Despite pacing issues in the latter half, the game maintains forward momentum, delivering emotional moments and effective cliffhangers. Season 2 retains quick-time events, which may be divisive, but they contribute to the overall sense of urgency. The Walking Dead Season 2 is recommended for its intriguing characters, gripping narrative, and the continuation of Clementine's story. Despite some pacing and gameplay issues, Telltale successfully keeps players invested in the post-apocalyptic journey. At number 10 we have The Walking Dead 400 Days, a DLC content for the first season of Telltale's The Walking Dead game. This DLC introduces 5 survivors with individual stories set in the zombie apocalypse. Despite its short duration, the DLC offers a satisfying experience, with each of the 5 vignettes lasting around 15 minutes. The advantage of brevity allows Telltale to explore a diverse range of characters and narratives compared to the longer, interconnected stories of Lee and Clementine in the main series. At least 3 out of 5 of the short stories are awesome, with Shell's chapter standing out for its exploration of a protector relationship and realistic character dynamics. The concise storytelling efficiently establishes themes and emotions, providing a moving narrative in a short time frame. The DLC maintains The Walking Dead's tradition of presenting morally challenging choices, and emphasizes the harsh realities faced by survivors. While Wyatt's and Russell's stories are simpler, they excel in character writing, focusing on themes of bromance and forming unexpected connections. Vince's story falls short, as it is more like a short movie with fewer interactive elements. The final story, Bonnie's, is a bit full and clumsy in its plot structure. The Walking Dead 400 Days is praised for its experimentation with form, without losing the essence of The Walking Dead's storytelling magic. At number 11 we have Renfield, Bring Your Own Blood, a game that immerses you in a vampiric escapade across New Orleans, casting you as the overworked servant of none other than Dracula himself. Initially launched in April 2023 for early access, the game has evolved through substantial updates, introducing new bug fixes, weapon evolutions, familiars, and more. Your role as Dracula's lackey unfolds in a roguelite adventure inspired by Universal Pictures events. Renfield combines one-touch simplicity with frenetic, room-based action, offering a unique gaming experience. As you navigate through stages, battling enemies, and confronting diabolical bosses, the game presents a vibrant, pixelated New Orleans, complete with environmental details, collectibles, and branching paths. Renfield adeptly blends horror and humor, manifesting both horrifying and hilarious enemies. The game's mature content, featuring violence, gore, and general mature themes, aligns with the narrative of being Dracula's underappreciated employee. Full controller support enhances the immersive gameplay. Players laud Renfield for its addictive gameplay, captivating art style, and well-crafted roguelike mechanics. Diverse characters, each with unique playstyles, and a wealth of unlockable content contribute to the positive sentiment. While acknowledging an initial grind for unlocks, players consider Renfield a surprisingly stellar addition to the bullet hell genre. Renfield Bring Your Own Blood features engaging gameplay, delightful pixel art, and the feeling of gratification derived from meeting Dracula's demanding challenges. The game successfully delivers an enjoyable roguelike experience, earning its place as a must-try for genre enthusiasts. At number 12 we have Rainbow Billy, The Curse of the Leviathan, a captivating adventure that pleasantly surprises, taking you on a journey through a vibrant fantasy land. This game carries a family-friendly story, centered around a young boy named Billy, determined to restore color to his world, stolen by an evil Leviathan. Developed by Manvoid Entertainment and published by Skybound Games, the game's crisp artwork, reminiscent of 30s and 40s styles seen in Cuphead, caught the eye after a successful Kickstarter campaign in 2018. Upon first impressions, the game, seemingly aimed at children, gradually unfolds into an absorbing experience. The 3D action-adventure gameplay encompasses exploration across 4 distinct areas, offering platforming challenges and puzzles that evolve in complexity. The freedom to backtrack, aided by newfound abilities, enhances the exploration experience. The monster taming aspect introduces turn-based confrontations, emphasizing befriending creatures through token-based recoloring minigames. With over 10 shapes and additional bonuses upon leveling up, the gameplay evolves dynamically. The dialogue-driven interactions with creatures add depth, reflecting the game's wholesome theme and reinforcing positive lessons. Rainbow Billy's art design stands out, with around 60 diverse creatures, each transitioning from mischievous to adorable as color is restored. Animated cutscenes and a fixed camera, occasionally adjusted for puzzle solving, contribute to the overall visual appeal. The sound design complements the cheery atmosphere, though the absence of a voice track leaves room for improvement. Despite an overload of wholesome dialogue, Rainbow Billy, The Curse of the Leviathan, excels in engaging gameplay, expansive exploration, and a delightful art style. The initial slow start gives way to a compelling experience, making it a game suitable for a broad audience. At number 13, we have The Big Con, a light-hearted adventure that immerses you in a colorful homage to 90s pop culture. This coming-of-age thrift adventure follows teenager Allie's quest to save her mom's video rental store from debt collectors. The game, lasting around 4 hours, captures the essence of the 90s, with pastel swirls, bum bags, and rad catchphrases. The gameplay revolves around pickpocketing, executed through a simple swing meter minigame. Despite lacking complexity, the mechanics provide an enjoyable experience, allowing you to effortlessly lift pocket change from unsuspecting targets. The game introduces a dose of humor by offering various dress-up items, and the ability to turn off the minigame for an automatic purse-lifting experience if desired. While the titular heist may feel somewhat underwhelming and the monetary rewards abundant, the Big Con compensates with its vibrant comic book art style and a scrappy protagonist. The game's heartwarming narrative captures the spirit of a 90s comedy adventure film, instilling a sense of righteous rebellion against the man. Although Allie's questionable actions, including stealing from children and providing dubious financial advice, may raise eyebrows, the game maintains a lighthearted tone. The absence of moral consequences allows players to fully embrace the mischievous nature of the adventure. The Big Con offers a nostalgic journey through the 90s, delivering 4 hours of feel-good fun with charming locations, colorful characters, and opportunities for moral and profitable decisions. At number 14, we have Thief of Thieves Season 1, a stealth game that provides a mixed experience that leaves you yearning for more. Despite the scarcity of contemporary stealth games, Thief of Thieves falls short of being a standout title, offering a rather generic thieving experience, coupled with a loosely connected narrative. However, the game excels in certain aspects, notably its appealing comic book-style visuals, featuring memorable characters and diverse beautifully rendered locations. The heists, central to the gameplay, tend to be one-dimensional and more puzzle-like than offering a true stealth experience. Unlike games like Hitman, Thief of Thieves triggers a game over when caught, making conflict resolution impossible. The fixed camera angles, enhancing the comic book aesthetic, contribute to the challenge, often hindering your view and leading to frustrating replay scenarios. Navigation proves challenging due to the camera system, causing difficulties in judging your position accurately. Yet, despite these drawbacks, the intriguing cast of characters and engaging dialogue make the journey worthwhile. The protagonist, Celia, stands out as a colorful and sassy character, contributing to an enjoyable experience. Thief of Thieves introduces RPG elements with dialogue options, and the ability to choose heist companions. The minigames associated with heists involving hacking, lockpicking, safe cracking, and pocket picking allow you to tailor your team based on personal preferences. However, the gameplay is often monotonous. While the art style is a highlight, the game suffers from significant technical issues, including freezes and stuttering, diminishing the overall experience. Despite its flaws, Thief of Thieves manages to captivate with its well-executed voice acting and character-driven narrative. In the end, the game, though unpolished, succeeds in creating a memorable group dynamic, compensating for its tedious gameplay. At number 15, we have Telltale's The Walking Dead Season 1, the progenitor of the Telltale game series. You step into the post-apocalyptic world, where survival is paramount. This episodic game offers an emotionally charged and immersive experience, setting the tone through the introduction of the protagonist, Lee Everett, a convicted murderer on a journey for survival. As societal norms crumble, moral ambiguity pervades, and your choices dictate Lee's fate and influence the characters he encounters. The narrative revolves around Lee's connections with Clementine, a vulnerable and innocent child, adding emotional depth to the game. The diverse cast, including mysterious Molly and pragmatic Kenny, presents memorable interactions and challenges. Choices and consequences play a pivotal role, with each decision causing a ripple effect, blurring the line between right and wrong in a desperate world. The episodic format enhances tension, mirroring the pacing of the TV series, while the cel-shaded visuals pay homage to the comic book aesthetic. The deliberate use of color creates a stark atmosphere, emphasizing the hopelessness of the post-apocalyptic setting. The Walking Dead skillfully blends suspense and horror, keeping players on the edge of their seats during encounters with the undead. The sound design contributes significantly to the eerie atmosphere, enhancing the emotional impact of every scene. A groundbreaking title, The Walking Dead Season 1 influenced narrative-driven games and highlighted the emotional potential of interactive storytelling. It remains an unforgettable experience, exploring themes of sacrifice, trust, and the enduring nature of humanity in the face of horrifying challenges. This is not just a game, it's an immersive journey that will stick with you, reminding players that choices define us, even in the darkest times. Whether a fan of the comics or the TV series, The Walking Dead should be on everyone's playlist, offering a testament to the enduring nature of humanity amid the apocalypse. And that's all for this bundle. This bundle is really amazing and definitely a Black Friday treat, especially if you like narrative-driven games and The Walking Dead. If you're not into VR, remember to pick the lower tier amount for 13 items instead of the full 15 items package. This bundle is really great value for money anyway, whether you're into VR or not, unless of course you hate most of these games. In any case, kindly show your support by liking and subscribing to the channel, and I look forward to connecting with you in the upcoming video.